So I really like Project 06 for what it is. I know it's a Unity game, and it's doing its best to recreate the 06 gameplay style, but honestly, I think it could be a really good baseplate for a Sonic Adventure 3 type of game, because it has most of the gameplay styles already into it. But with that said, there's still some improvement. I feel the characters can be polished up a bit. And after playing through it and trying to go for the S rank, it's kind of got me going back and almost wanting to like write a dissertation about what makes certain characters better than others, or why certain games feel better to play than others and stuff like that. And after going through it, I've gone back and played through a bit of Adventure 1, 2, Heroes, hell, even Shadow just for the heck of it. But it's had me basically contrasting and comparing and micro-analyzing each character, because I feel like Chaos X has done like a very good job of trying to incorporate and refine what these characters were based off of their prior entries, while also maintaining a consistent style with what 06 offered and presented. But there's a lot that I feel like can be changed on or refined. So with that said, I just kind of wanted to go through each of the characters and talk about what I like and what I don't like, what I think could be changed or how it can be changed. So yeah, so let's go with Sonic. So Sonic and Shadow are probably like the most refined, fleshed out, polished characters. That's the word I'm looking for, polished. They feel fun to play. Like as I'm going through their stages, I can get an S rank and I don't think about it too much, you know? Like occasionally there's some 06 jank, but you know, I just don't think about it at the moment. But yeah, so starting with Sonic, like the Adventure 1 quick spin dash, I love it. It's great, but the problem is I feel almost immediately afterwards he loses his top speed. Because like in Adventure 1, I could, you know, quick home, just get up to top speed and then maintain that speed as I'm running. But as I run, it's just like it immediately just drops down. And I feel like that's a real big kind of disappointment. The second thing is kind of with that, there's not like a real sense of physics. Like I'll have to jump to part in Crisis City, the snowboard section, to properly demonstrate this. But like I can be going around the quarter pipe part and just be going forward, and I'll be like slowly creeping up the side of the quarter pipe, you know, and stuff like that just kind of points out the fact that we don't have 100% like fluid physics. It's a lot better. It's definitely an improvement over the original 06, especially the fact that I can kick and kind of gain a little bit of speed. Yeah, no, that's definitely a real big improvement there. Bounce bracelet, whatever. I feel like this still works very well. I don't got any real complaints here, especially compared to Adventure 2. Like, I suppose like one little minor complaint is like, oh yeah, I can't spam it as fast, but it's nothing, you know, it's a minor complaint if that. We have the kick and the slide. One complaint I'd like to make, or suggestion, is if I hold the slide and I keep just holding the B button, I eventually I don't want to like run out of it. If you want to do something like I'm maintaining my speed for so long with this slide, like I feel like I should eventually slow down with it. You know, if you want to just like quickly tap it or whatever, and like sure, if you like activate it by accident, if I let go of the button, you should allow me to, I suppose, resume running or like pick up my momentum. But if I hold the button, I want to actively continue sliding. There was like one section I was going downhill and I wanted to just hit all the enemies as I was going down, so I held the button. But then at some point, you know, Sonic just unfurls himself and just gets hit. It's annoying. That's kind of it with Sonic's basic moveset. His homing attack is good. I like how you can combo between certain characters with, like, you do homing attack and then bounce and homing attack, and you can bounce twice while homing attacking and keep your combo up, and with that eventually work towards those radical point bonuses. I will say the focus on like combo based gameplay with Sonic is definitely not something that I thought about like going into it. Like I've done S and A rank completion before in Adventure 2, Heroes, all that stuff, you know, back in the day, but I never really had this much fun before just trying to maintain a combo going through a level. It's good, you know? Like I can't just completely rush through the level and get an S rank. I gotta like do it stylishly, so I'm cool with that. As for Sonic moves, I really don't like Tornado. Like if you look up some videos of Heroes, like some people utilize Tornado in some really good ways. Which is Tornado? Yeah. It's so slow here, and it's like he does it, and like he falls, you know, like Tornado, I feel like it should do the heroes, you know, you do it, you stun the enemies, then you fling yourself up in the air so you can homing attack or bounce or something like that. But here you do it, it's just like it kills the enemies. I almost want to like base it more off heroes, where it just, when I do it, it stuns the enemies, and then I can do critical damage to the heavier ones or whatever. Because like the bigger enemies over there that you kind of have to knock on their ass, that's what Tornado is used for in heroes. But here, like, come on, that's just, that's sad, you know. I want to do some cool stuff with Tornado. Blue gem, I'm fine with that. The sure, it sends me as like a boost, whatever, it's like a one-time boost. I'm fine with that, but I kind of almost wish it worked more like the boost games boost gauge. You know, you do it and then you just kind of, like, I want to hold it, keep boosting, but I don't know, that's just a habit of mine. Time stop, I never use it. I don't think to ever use it. I don't know, it's a non-entity, but if he wants to use it, it's fine for what it is, but I'd never use it. What's purple again? Oh yeah, the infinite. Yeah, this is weird how he kind of like compensated for the infinite jump. Like, yay, I have to level it up to give me the additional jumps, and I'm fine with that. I kind of wish that the additional jump like maybe increase their pitch each time, similar to how like the double jump in colors and forces and has like a separate tone for it. Yeah, the blue gem, whatever, friggin' warp gem. It is what it is. Nothing really wrong with that. Oh yeah, the white gem I actually thought was cool. It's just like a super homing attack that just instantly kills enemies. It worked. It's cool. Just a stronger one, and you level it up and whatever. It's very reminiscent of the leveling system in Heroes, where you just, as you level up, it works. And you get more damage, and you can just instantly kill heavier opponents. Yeah, I feel like this one is kind of the weakest one. Like, maybe not really weak, because it's like I activate it, but like, what's the pickup range? Like, I feel like it should be bigger. Like, how close do I need to be? Or is this something I also level up? Because yeah, it has a level gauge. Okay, so there's level 1. So, or is that just the duration? The Electro Shield was a really cool item in Sonic 3 and Adventure 2, but I feel like this iteration of it, like, oh, that's slight further distance, so I guess the range does increase with level. But I don't know, I don't feel like the range should increase with the level. I feel like just the duration should increase with the level. I don't know. And then there's Super. Sonic! Yeah, he's pretty cool. Bounce is still fine, whatever, you know. You got the stick, you got the slide. Kinda wish he had like a float, you know, like a silver sort of float that I can activate with the trigger button, because he's supersonic, you know. I want a silver float, fly, whatever around. But yeah, I feel like that's kind of enough for Sonic now. The one thing I kind of wish, like, going back and playing Adventure 1, like, it's kind of an awkward combination, but in Adventure 1, you could press the homing attack button to unfurl yourself in the air, or the attack button, sorry. And with that, it would, like, halt your forward momentum and allow you to properly, like, gauge a distance landing, whatever. So I kind of, a suggestion would be to either add it with the kick button in the air, or without having a gem activated, the trigger button. I feel like that would be kind of just a nice little advanced movement tech option to give the player. But yeah, that's all I got for Sonic now. Let's move on. Actually, no, we got one more character with Sonic. Friggin' Elise and Sonic. And with Elise and Sonic, my biggest miss is that there's no bounce. And it's not because I use it to bounce, it's because I like Stomp. In the boost games, I use Stomp a lot. And I kind of wish that I could Stomp with Elise right now, you know, just quickly get down to the ground. Like, I can still slide. I believe the same complaint about eventually unfurl, yeah. But then she got the fire shield. I don't know. I feel like, Fire Shield's fine, I guess, you know, it just does whatever, it just kind of hurts things when I touch them. It could be like an advanced movement tech if you want to add something like a reference to Sonic 3, or if I do like a homing attack or something like that. Forward, whoosh, whatever sort of thing. An air dash, so like a super air dash, silver gem equivalent of a homing attack while doing that. I don't know, something. Anyway, that's enough about Sonic. Let's go to Knuckles. He's the one I got the most words about, because playing Knuckles, like, there's not a lot of options to play Knuckles. And this is the one that kind of like disappoints me the most out of all of the new characters. Like, you go back and you play Adventure 2, and you like do the triple punch combo, you know, and you just want to like move in a forward line. But like this one, he comes to such a halt. And it's not just that, because in the earlier games, you could do that, or you could, oh yeah, there's that move too. But in this game, he has like a kind of a combo system where you can do this move from Adventure 2, which I really like. I feel like that one works pretty good. That, I don't know, I feel like third punch on that could be better, or like not halt movement so much. The worst contender though is this one, because in the original game that it's referencing, you keep your momentum going forward. You don't come to a halt. You can do that while you're running and just flow with it. But here it's just you come to a complete stop, and I almost never want to use that. Like, sure, you only use Knuckles in a handful of levels and you don't get that much roaming movement with them, but like this is the worst attack that Knuckles has, in my opinion. And then we got his other move, which I don't mind as much. I feel like I want to get out of his like, I want to stand up faster, you know, after doing his dive attack. And I kind of wish there was like a digging, hoda hoda hoda, whatever, friggin' give me 5 rings randomly, RNG it, but I can do without. It's just, like, as I fly and I do the ground pound, it stuns the enemies. I kind of wish that it hurts the enemies. Like, sure, I get it stuns, but like, the gliding is actually pretty good, because it does like a little bonk up sort of thing when it, okay, it's not this, but enemies. When I hit enemies, it'll like boost me up a bit. So yeah. Like, if I glide into enemies, it kind of bonks me up. I feel like maybe it's a little too much bonk. I kind of want a little less bonk. How does this get sticky now? One of the things, it's like, if you look at Sonic's spines, right? He has like this physics to it, right? I want that same like physics on Knuckles' dreads, because I think he kind of like hand animates a lot of stuff. I don't actually know if they're flowing. But I know when I get on rails, it looks pretty janky when you try to do like his flip-flop, whatever, rail boost. And I want to go faster. Yeah, it's just so, like, I want his dreads to like try to like interact with his head as he flips around. Either way, that's just getting picky again. But yeah, he's not too bad. Tails, I got like 1 or 2 complaints about Tails. Not many. Because with Tails, like, as opposed to every other character so far, like, I haven't actually done too many characters, but every character has a, their long distance attack, whatever sort of thing, is the B button. But with Tails, his B button is Tail Swipe, with his long distance attack being Bomb. And I feel like those two honestly should be swapped. I feel like Tail Swipe should be X button to kind of complement in with Knuckles doing his melee attack. You know, I think a lot of characters use X, like I think I switched to Rouge. What to do? Yeah, she does axe kicks with her feet, whatever, but she does bombs with feet. It's literally the opposite of Tails. I feel like Tails is in the wrong order compared to everyone else because of that. Also with Tails, he has 2 options, so we can either like go into this homing whatever mode, or he can just like quick throw it. I don't like those being on the same button. I just want the quick throw to always be this, because occasionally I've like pressed the button absent-mindedly when I just wanted the quick throw, and we still have a completely empty button. Like, characters use the trigger button, and I think Omega might even use it for his first-person mode too. Give that functionality to the trigger. Like, since we have an entire like right trigger button that the majority of the characters use, why not just separate those 2 functions and have a dedicated function for Tails throwing this? And I kind of wish that like the throwing, the airborne throwing, was tied into the same sort of throwing system that Silver has, so it can show, if selected, a homing reticle, lock-on reticle, whatever, targeting reticle. Just show where, who... Oh, I guess it does. I guess it's just... You need to be close. It's like, an airborne throw can hit you from that far. I feel like you should at least have like a targeting reticle to show. Tail swipe. I like tail swipe. I like that. It's not quite the same like spastic tail swipe that Adventure 1 Tails had. Like he was breakdancing disco balls as he tail swiped. I feel like this is a good visual compromise. This looks like a lot more appealing, and it works. Also, I love his flying. His flying is like the best improvement because he flies and he works with the meter. I'm kind of split on two parts because like I like the fact that he almost immediately recharges. Like I land and like I have to like really like start flying almost immediately because like if I land from like a fully charged flight and then like a full jump, like just waiting to get to the max of the jump height as you normally would do to maximize your flight, you know, that completely refills it. Where other characters like Silver, I need to wait for it like a bar to fill up again. And I'm kind of split because on the one hand, I really like how it is now because I feel like I should never be confused whether or not I can fly. On the other hand, it brings into question the entire flight thing, whatever. But no, I like this because it's consistent with a lot of the other games because Tails has never had to worry about a flight gauge. So him having his flight completely refilled by the time he reaches max jump height is appropriate. And I kind of wish Silver had like a very similar mechanic because waiting around for his float gauge to fill up is just a pain in the ass. His tail swipe. I love that you can bounce off things, you know? It's so nice, you know? Just I can kind of keep a combo going, and then I can fly. And the fact that I can tail swipe into fly, like that's so cool. And I can fly, throw bomb, fly, throw bomb, tail swipe, throw bomb. Tails, in that regard, he's the best improvement over Vanilla Ocean, but he needs his button swap and homing separated onto right trigger. But I believe that's all the Sonic characters for now. Let's switch over to... Oh, I was just complaining about Silver. Let's do Silver. I got a lot to say about Silver. Silver's pretty cool because, like, in this game, I haven't fully S-ranked all of his missions yet, so I haven't unlocked his full potential. But from the beginning, he has, like, a normal Silver whatever jump, but there's an unlockable that allows you to get a ball jump like the rest of the guys. Kind of like how he was in Rivals 2. Yeah, which works, you know? He has, like, a little shot... energy shot, and then he can also do like a charge thing for the Psycho Blade. That's the unlockable thing that references the Sonic Generation boss fight. It's pretty cool. But the thing that I was saying about Tails' flight earlier, like I can flight, float, whatever, and then like that's the same sort of muscle movement reaction time that I would have done with any other character, right? With Tails, right? But no, I can't just do that and then land and then just no. It's so frustrating. And then the fact that it's so slow to refill. He has this Psycho Fly, which has increased in range since I upgraded it, but even still, the first one was like piss poor range. Using it was like, I didn't mean to use it. I almost wish that the flight was an entire upgrade on itself. Like, I didn't have it, and then I had it at second range, because the first range was pitiful, almost. Like, it was more of a hassle to use it. I was in more of a hazard, because I didn't have enough time to control it. Like, it would happen, and then it would be done. Like, I almost wish it was just like a ground dash. Like, I wish I could dash on the ground. Like, I want like a run button, you know? Because, like, I can press right trigger to initiate his thing, his psycho whatever. But, and I kind of wish I press the button, and he has the glow. And then when I do, like, the run, he has the glow. But, like, there's no... I'm pressing the button on and off, and there's no discernible thing. I wish there was, like, a circle perimeter. Because, like, when he does his ground pound, you get that Psy Blast, whatever effect. I wish there was like a circle on the ground or like a visible, discernible pickup area that I knew where I was. Because a lot of times... Here, let's go to the boxes. Fuck, I did it again. See, that's what I mean. Like, I want to be cool with Silver, but Silver is not conducive to letting me be cool. It's just, like, it's frustrating to use. But, like, I pick up boxes, right? And I pick up boxes. But if I go and I pick up boxes here, sometimes, like, I don't know, because things in the camera and the way things are faced in front of the camera, I'll go to pick up something, and because it's slightly behind me, it won't pick up because its pickup range is wholly in front of them, I think. So I wish the pickup range was not only a little larger, but also picked up things that was between me and the camera. Like I'd want to pick up the box. But I gotta rotate myself around because it's a forward-facing pickup range. And the fact that I can like do stuff like that and try to throw it, but because the box hits the ground first before it hits the enemy, it decides to completely cancel its momentum. I don't know. There's some jank that could get worked out with the boxes. A lot of times I'll throw stuff to things that are locked on, and then it'll just entirely miss. I don't know. I don't believe the trajectories are pre-calculated before they're thrown, so it has just a chance to miss. But yeah, like I was saying earlier with Tails, like the majority of the characters, they have their projectile attack on B, right? And oh, here's a great example. There's a section in Kingdom Valley where Silver, he's on a downward slope, and there's enemies in front of him. And the game wants you to basically attack them, but his pickup range, I'm pretty sure his pickup range doesn't account for the slope angle, or if it does, I'm not sure, but like, I think it's still just directly in front of him. So Silver has a real hard time of picking up enemies on sloped surfaces. And it's kind of like another thing, like the fact that his quick movement, his dash, is on a double tap of jump, I can't accidentally initiate the fast movement when I want to. Like, Y is an entire button, right? Y is a button. Let me use Y for dash. Like, sure, maybe that's not the best movement. Like, this is another move that I don't know what it is. So, like, there's a lot of instances in the game where it's like, oh, uses whatever attack to reflect, and you can use it to stun, but I almost wish it was like a physics push. In my mind, I keep thinking it's like a reflector or something like that. Like in Smash Bros, you know, like how certain characters have just like a visual reflect. Like I want to shoot projectiles back at people when I reflect. But like, yeah, like it's cool, but it's like you have to stun them first. I don't feel like if you want to stun people, use the other moves. There's a stun button here and there's a stun button here. Like, if I'm close enough to hit you with a Psycho Blast, you should just take a point of damage and just, I don't know. That's probably the weakest attack. And you could charge it, but, like, I don't know what's the difference between a normal attack and a charged one. Like, maybe I'm just stupid. But yeah, why is an entirely unused button? Like, I want... Put reflect on Y, put dash, and make it toggleable so like I can be like floating and then press it to start dashing. Oh yeah, and then this stupid move. I hate the fact that the ground pound is on like a charge. I can reflect in the air, I suppose, like that. So it'd be kind of like if you're not gonna separate dash, put ground pound on its own button. Because I hate the delay. I want to just immediately do it. Just yeah. Fuck what I was saying earlier about the dash. Like sure, it's annoying that I can't dash when I want to. Put ground pound on X and put reflect on Y. Okay, let's go to Blaze next. I like Blaze because, like Tails, she can do like a similar infinite tornado spin sort of thing. Nice reference to her spin dash in Sonic Rush. I like the fact that he actually added all of these articles because in the original, like Blaze would do this and just look like fucking nothing, you know? So I appreciate that. I know this was like an unused attack in the original. I wish it flowed smoother. Occasionally I'll do it and I'll hang at the top or whatever. I might have more things to say about Blaze later. I just can't think of things right now, but I feel like she's like a very competent not Sonic. Like her homing attack is kind of unwieldy. It's really hard to like stop. I wish there was a homing attack to stop, you know? Like allow me to press the other attack button, go to X to B and just allow me to cancel it. You know, she doesn't have a trigger button. You could have the trigger button. You could put spin on trigger if you wanted. Yeah, the double jump, not too bad. Actually, I need to go back to Knuckles for a second. Does he have that, like... Because I know in Adventure 2, you could, like, do a... Like, you know how Link, you can do, like, a quick spin attack where you just, like, tilt the analog stick and press the attack button? Well, Knuckles had a thing where you do, like, a quick 360 analog stick and then press the button and he'd do, like, a quick dive upward. Same with Rouge. Unfortunately, he doesn't have that. Yeah, I would have liked that. Maybe with that attack. The fact that he doesn't have like a Y-based button is kind of weird. Let's go to Amy. Yeah, Amy I feel like is the best glow up. Might have said that once already, but I actually mean it this time with Amy because oh my god, if you've ever played original 06, Amy was just awful. She was the slowest character and her double jump was the worst fucking shit in the world. Her double jump, nice. Again, I wish we had like the Colors Forces double jump sound effect just so we don't hear the same jump twice. She doesn't have the 360 hammer like she did in Adventure, which I get because is now just this. And I mentioned in the other video, but I wish we could like smash it to also do this. That would just be nice instead of this. Also, her sleep time, her dizzy time effect is way too long. And then her other biggest thing is her hammer flip. If you're gonna have a hammer flip, and like you compare it to the Adventure 1 hammer flip, and her double jump height, like how high does she jump here? Okay, yeah, basically she can get up to almost 2 blocks of height, and then I can get to like 2.5 or 3.5-ish max. Hammer flip. Hammer flip's not even getting up to a 1. Hammer flip used to be like twice her jump height before. And considering there's that one section in Duxie Desert where it's like 3 spike falls, she should be able to like hammer flip over that, I honestly feel like. And that would be conducive to that level layout, you know? It's just like, hey, here's a jump that you can get over if you want to be cool and smooth about it. Just hammer flip over it. Yeah, the only thing I gotta say is she's missing her invisibility, which, to be fair, it was an awful move. I never would use it, especially with her options that she has now. But her not having it while other characters, like, I know Sonic, he had like the purple bounce bracelet. Like it had a weird effect that was making him invisible too. Like just apply the same effect. Just give it to Y, give her meter that she's missing right now, have it drain out when she's using it. Ta-da, it's there. And then you can play the line where she talks about being invisible and whatever in the tutorial line, and then you could just never use it. You know, have her go invisible, have her not reviz whatever when she attacks. And yeah. In Sonic Heroes, yeah, she has an aerial tornado. I don't know if that's something that you'd want to add to Amy's gameplay. Like, you could have it so she presses the... what is it? She has the 2 buttons. She has just a normal hammer attack, and then she has the spinny infinite hammer attack, right? And if you press the spinny infinite hammer attack, I feel like you could do her tornado in the air if you wanted to. Shoot a stunning projectile at people that knocks aerial enemies out of the sky, and then just give her invisibility, which is just friggin' Espio's invisibility. Yeah, like, do that in the air and then send the tornado attack forward. You know, you can keep her normal hammer jump thing. I just kind of wish there was like a charge thing where you like hold the hammer jump and then you can do her like advanced style hammer flip jump, you know, when she like tries to spin dash. Yeah, I don't know. Good character, but it could be better. Yeah, let's move on from Amy and let's go to Team Dark now, because I feel like Team Dark is probably some of the most polished out of all of them. Shadow, I got like next to no qualms with Shadow. He has like an Adventure 1 style spin dash, which is great. He has a Shadow the Hedgehog style, like, you know, just, that's great. You can Chaos Spear twice, continue your combo. It is so fun playing as Shadow. Yeah, he has a breakdance kick. And you can kind of charge it up like it was equivalent to a tornado attack in Heroes, kinda. Which is kind of cool. No Y attack. And yeah, he has this whole entire Chaos Gauge system. Where then if I had enemies around, I could Chaos Snap to them. Everything's a Chaos. Like, that shit is so cool. And Chaos level 2, and I don't know what level 2 difference. I might have to go find some enemies. I feel like as you leveled up, you should just start with like the level 2 or the level 3 tornado spin, because that'd just be another easy, convenient. Does Chaos Spear go higher? Something? I don't know. And then we go level 3, which you can finally do Chaos Blast with. And Chaos Blast is pretty sick. I wish we had the other one, Chaos Control, where you just dash forward like in Shadow, but I get it. But we don't have it. Also, once I unlock or do all Shadow's S-rank missions, you can unlock his inhibitor like in the cutscene. You go all real super duper. Well, not actually super, but you know what I mean. It is cool. But yeah, because of that, I feel like Shadow is the most fleshed out, worked on, the most complex character combo system to play with. Then we got the other two here. Where's Rouge? Rouge was improved a lot because she finally got, well, she got her kickback from, she has a little kick dive, which is nice as well. Stuns everyone. And then she has the same thing as Tails, which, you know, she doesn't have a trigger button. I feel like Again, that should be separated out between the two characters. She was always kind of like a parallel to Knuckles in Adventure 2. She was a parallel to Tails and Heroes, so it kind of worked out that they share a mechanic like this with bombs and projectiles. Throws a little bat-based projectile on the aerial one. Kind of wish she had like a idle glide, like instead of like float, she could just like hover for a second so she could like throw her bombs. Does she have a... No, she doesn't have her... She can't, like, continue her combo into a run. She tries to do the... And I kind of don't like that I can just do this and float in the air. Same with Shadow. Shadow can do this. I feel like once you start doing this, have the character start descending similar to Gamma. Or Omega. Yeah. Like he can do this. But I feel like, especially with, like, the rocket thrusters, he should start descending in elevation. But yeah, no. Rouge is a good, nice character. And then there's the last one, which is like 90% of the way there. Aww. He doesn't have an aura sphere around him. Like, I know in Heroes he had like a purple one for some reason. And it doesn't really make sense for a robot to have like a glow jump aura around them, considering he's not going into a ball. But I kind of miss the purple aura. Anyway, he has a gamma-like glide, which I like. He has his Heroes combo. Like, he's not going forward with it. Like, in Heroes, I'd, like, he'd lunge forward, like, higher, higher, ah. I really miss, though, I'm missing the area of effect of it. His explosions, they're coming out, but I don't know what the radius on them. Like, can I stand here and just go... Okay, I can. Like, I don't know, it doesn't, like, visually, I'm not getting enough feedback for me to know where exactly my range of impact is. At least in Heroes, he had the huge friggin' explosions. Like, I feel like maybe I could have hit them there in Heroes. The other thing, though, that I feel like is the biggest missed opportunity with Gamma, is this. Do you hear it? Or do you say, do you not hear it? That's what I'm missing. I'm missing a high-pitched noise, whatever, lock-on sound. Doesn't need to be the Adventure 2 Tails Eggman one, because that one was a little too loud. Maybe like the Adventure 1 Gamma one. And with Gamma, he also had like a sound effect when you locked on. In Adventure 2 there was, but it kind of got drowned out by the high-pitched squealing. But like just the fact that there's no sound effect, or if there is, it's like absolutely dead quiet that you can't hear it over any other sound effects. That's what I'm missing. And the other thing is the number indicator, or the combo counter, or whatever, to at least let me know how many I got locked on. Because one thing I kind of liked in Adventure 1 was that once you started charging this, there was a limit to how long you could hold it. Gamma could only hold it for so long before he fired off all his shots. And I feel like that mechanic could be implemented too into the meter, because you have it there, it's visible. Just once I start charging, you know, have the meter go down, and once it's gone, fire! Or is his meter, because he has his whatever mode here. Oh yeah, okay, so it's Y to activate that. So maybe have it for Rouge and Tails to activate it with Y, because I don't think they have a Y button. So what's Omega's meter there for? Oh, no, it's his hover. Oh god, that's why, yeah. And then it recharges back, but it's at a slower speed, so I could completely run out of it, because it's a fuel source. And then I need to wait for it to charge. Okay, it's a little slow. I wish it was faster. But it's... okay, I get it now. I kind of like that he... like, in Heroes, because when you do the volley shot, you do two. Also, the fact that it's shooting vertically. I want it to almost go, like, down at an angle. But the other thing... make his thing charge faster. God damn it. Make it like Tails. Now that I've experienced, I want them all to be like Tails, so that after I do the thing, I can do a fully charged whatever, land, get to my jump height. The fact that it doesn't charge when I'm in the air, only charging when I'm on the ground, is kind of frustrating. Because it's just like, I want to do that, and then I want to jump, I want to do some stuff, and all this time it's just not charging, and I'm not thinking about it, you know? Make it immediate. Make it like Heroes, Adventure, everything. Like, don't tie a movement functionality like that to a metered thing. Make them all so that I can charge and do this, and then jump, and just immediately get into it again. Like... damn it. When I switch to you, can you not have a full charge bar? Yeah, and there's no trigger thing unless you're in the first person mode. So I suppose you can keep that, but maybe put it when you're not in first person mode. I wish the targeting reticle was also, like that button, I wish it was also mirrored on first person. And then same in here, the fire button also being mirrored so you can press right trigger or B. Because I feel like I want to do this and start targeting things. I feel like that could be nice. But then I'd want to almost, like, if my idea of having like a metered fire, like gammas, would need to be split between two separate meters. Well, some characters have 2 meters, right? They have a top meter and bottom meter like Shadow. But the other thing I don't like about Gamma is, like, he has an ammo count, right? Unless you're in that mode, I don't know what my ammo count is. Like, I feel like split the meter between that, maybe. But, yeah, and it's like, doing this. Like, I also wish he had a sound effect from Hero. It's just the fire, fire, fire. But, fire, 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 fire. Like, I want it to be double. Like, infinite fires kind of feels weird after playing so much Heroes. You should do fire, fire, drop a little bit of airtime, and then fire, fire again, and then repeat. But that's just personal preference after playing Heroes way too much. He kind of lends it forward, but I want explosions. I want bigger explosions. I want radial growing explosions on the impact site. That's what I want. After going between all the games, I don't think Gamma should have his meter charged to a bar. I don't think he should. Or if he does, it should immediately refill like Tails once he lands. He kind of does have like a homing reticle. Like, it shoots forward. And wait, does it home on like Shadows? Or not Shadows. Does it home on like Silver's attack? Am I being dumb? No, it doesn't home like Silver's. I wish it kind of fell out of the sky so I couldn't just do this infinitely. I feel like that's a little bit too overpowered, but it's not really overpowered. It's just a little... Shots are nice, but the shots, they're so vague in their outline. Like, I don't exactly know who or where I'm shooting. I almost wish he was doing the flamethrower attack so I could see exactly how far I'm attacking with. And then, yeah, the arm. Also, when I'm running, he's aiming at the ground, you know? Yeah, I'm missing the number counters. Like, I can only hold 5. Cool, whatever. I want the number saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as I lock on. And I want a sound effect, an ear-piercing sound as I fire them off. And I kind of wish he had a targeting reticle too. Because if anyone's going to have a homing lock-on system, it's going to be Omega. I don't know how it would change his moveset. Because, like, compared to Sonic, it's like, the spin dash is that button. He doesn't have a spin dash equivalent. He has this. And I'd almost want that on B. But then her homing attack button is really convenient, and I like that on B. So, that's fine. And the fact that she lights on fire after her second jump, but only like halfway through her second jump, I don't know. I wish her second jump was like an immediate attack. Because she's putting herself in a vulnerable state for a second by going into her like, spinning pose before the fire comes out. Because she can get hurt there. I don't know. It's not the great. Also, why do these damn friggin' signposts have collision? Like, I want to be able to glide and land, jump, and start gliding immediately. But I can't. And I wish I could... Yeah, I've said most of my things on Silver. I need to reflect. It's like Mewtwo saw reflect in Smash Bros. No you. And we're good. There might be something from Rivals that you could take for a Y button attack, but I don't think it's necessary. Actually, you know what? If you want to give him a Y button attack, separate out the Psycho Knife and give that on Y. Yeah, Knuckles needs some smoother movement options. I don't really get the point of this move. Basically the same as Blaze's move, but also the fact that his combo for that is XXY, but this button is B, but his XXB thing is just like a forward charge. I suppose that's also X, so if that works, that's not X, since that's X. The fact that I can't do that in the air is kind of annoying. I wish I could just like jump and then do that forward. It's like that, it's just it's the forward version of it. And then Y has nothing. I didn't really look at Knuckles in Sonic Heroes, did I? But yeah, Tail Swipe definitely needs to be swapped. That needs to be a different button, and that needs to also be a different button. One last thing I wish, is I wish every character could interact with every interactable. And like, if you want to just say, oh, I'm kind of done with it, I want to step back and do whatever with it, at least give us like an option in the menu, or is like an unlockable or something, just to allow us to play through any stage with any character, because there's certain stages I'd like to play. And then like, I know there's hard mode and very hard mode from the DLC, and I would love to be able to play those in this as well, because it would just add like, hey, you played through the game normally, like maybe not have S rank unlock requirements, but just be like, beat every stage. You unlock hard and then beat it hard mode, and then you unlock very hard. But the other level that I would love to see included before development ceases is the Amigo level from the DLC that has all the side characters get their entire own mission where they play through all the levels. That was probably some of the funnest DLC I've played through. I keep complaining about the camera, and like, the camera is one thing that needs to be touched up on in order for it to be like 100% perfect, but where it's at now, it's not awful. Also, I wish the shield music and the speed shoot music was different. Like, I get it, it's his world, but do we not have like another jingle we could do to separate these two? I think she does have a max running animation, I think, but that was only when she had the speed shoes. Yeah, I wish her max running was like Adventure 1, where she brought out her hammer. That'd be nice. Anyway, I think that's all my thoughts. What I would view as a ideal moveset for a potential Sonic Adventure 3, whatever. Like, I get this is for Sonic 06, Project 06, but, you know, this whole Unity framework could be put forward in a fan community sort of environment to be built off of, or to import other stuff into. Like, this is such a well done, high effort value work in progress that I would hate to see left in the state that it is, because there's so much potential for it to be so much more that just needs some polishing and refinement. Again, like, I absolutely love what they've did with this. I wish the original 06 release played at least like a quarter of as good as this does. But I know there was a Twitter post that Chaos X said that after the next update, he's going to take a break, step back from 06, from 4-bit. I understandably, like, the communal pressure that we kind of put on him for being the, I guess, quote, definitive version of Sonic 06. It does, I would assume, like, add a hard kind of pressure onto a person, you know, but I hope it doesn't turn them away from wanting to continue working on it. If they feel like it is kind of too much for them, maybe upload it to a GitHub, open source it, because there are, I know, a lot of people in the community that really enjoy this. It's kind of brought a new life back into the adventure style gameplay that I hadn't realized I missed until now. I just want to say, if you've made it this far, I appreciate you watching. Hopefully this makes it out to Chaos X for feedback. Appreciate you. Can't wait for the next update. Thank you.